Hey everyone, SJ here. I was supposed to give a speech at my birthday, and I started off with the first few lines saying I wanted to give this speech to break the toxic masculinity of men, but when push came to shove, I just actually couldn't do it. I could say a lot of excuses, but at the time there was just too many people, and I didn't feel like I could be vulnerable at that time. At the end of the day, I am a guy that likes to keep things close without sharing it with anyone. But that kind of breaks the concept, and I know that if I don't do this, I would somewhat regret it, considering I ask everyone else to open up all the time. So, this is me, take two, trying to break my instincts to have a vulnerable moment with all of you. And also, a lot of you asked me to send me my speech to them, and I did. So I also feel bad I robbed you of that opportunity, which I said I'll do. So I do want to share the story of my life in Sydney, from when I started university till today. I'm also doing this for myself, because the person I was when I started university does not exist. It's a whole new person now. Whether I like it or not, it's a whole other story, but I do want to share it. And you're welcome to listen, you're welcome to skip it, it's completely fine. But this is just a story of mine, a very life-changing story. All started back in 2017. I just graduated from my foundation program, and this teacher was really nice to me, told me I won a prize, but I didn't understand what the prize was, because I was an average student. I fell asleep in exams, and I was just happy to just barely pass. So here I am sitting with a bunch of other genius kids at our final day with all the students. I didn't even know what my award was, but she also told me I'm giving a speech. And I don't question these things. When people give me these opportunities, I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't question it. I wonder, but I don't question it. So at the podium, when they called me, apparently I got the Esprit de Corps Award, which means Spirit of the School. So I did give a speech. Everyone liked it, and it was very nice. Sadly, I kind of lost the speech, but this feels a bit poetic for me that at the end of this whole graduation stuff, I kind of created an opportunity for myself to give this speech about this massive turbulent chapter in my life. And even though I set it up perfectly, I actually couldn't deliver. I don't want to hold it against myself. I am also human, but I don't want to make that an excuse and not give it. So here's my story. When I started university, I had everything I wanted, everything a man would want. I had a very supportive, I still do, I have a very supportive family, spoiling me, smothering me with love. At the time, I had a beautiful partnership. It was so lovely, loved me unconditionally. And then I had a friend group that was like family. We hung out with each other every day, and just a little bit of everything. And I was a little boy. I was like a chameleon. I knew how to act like a great man. I was a chameleon because I was very loved, spoiled, and pampered. I didn't even know what university was. I didn't even know why I was studying in school. All I know was my dad said it was important. I'm like, all right, let's go with the flow. I think I was very shielded from all the major challenges in life. I was given everything I needed, and any challenge, someone would always figure it out for me. And I believe because of that, I didn't have too much individual growth. So instead, I learned to study people and mimic their traits. So from a young age, I learned how to be a chameleon. I never really knew myself or why I did the things I did, but I just knew you had to do it in these ways. So I understood who I was or what my own perspectives on life is. So my father was my rock. Most of who I am was shaped by me obsessively observing and studying him from a young age. I loved that he was very good at any social event. He could make anyone laugh. He was always the first one to sing and dance and could light up a room. He'd pull everyone out to the dance. So everyone loved him. He helped everyone and treated everyone equally. He would help the janitor as equally as he would the CEO. He would give me a lot of great advice, and he showered me with love and spoils. Like, he spoiled me to the max. To the point I didn't even want to be spoiled that much, but he'd just be like, nah, spoil. At the time, I had everything I knew I would want as a man in the future. When I say at that time, this is the start of my university. But the only catch at the time was I didn't have the skill set or mindset to be that person. So I had everything I would definitely want as a man, but at that point I didn't have the mindset, maturity, or growth to be the person that can seize all this. All I had was the knowledge that I was immature, but I just didn't feel like I had any power to change that. Even though I really tried hard to be better, I kept falling back into comfortable childish ways of lives. This became very apparent to me when I lived together with my ex. I used to always believe in that Disney dream of being with that one person forever. So with my ex at the time, I felt like I had someone that was even more perfect than I envisioned perfect to be. And in my mind, I thought I could be with this person forever. But I realized I only knew about happily ever after, never about how to maintain it, sustain it, how to grow, how to step outside comfort zones, and how to communicate with someone different from your own culture and upbringing. The pressure built up, and in 2019, my perfect dream, which I could not appreciate enough, all fell apart in less than a month. My perfect life felt like it was burnt to ash when I lost my father, lost my safe space in Sydney, I lost my friend group, and I lost my sanity for a while. Maybe, side story, maybe because of our culture or the parasitic nature of my extended family and people around me in Sri Lanka, I used to overthink and prepare for many scenarios. I prepared for everything, but I never imagined or never prepared for a parent passing away. It always felt like you would always have your parents until you had your own kids. And for a while I was super depressed. Because at the time I had lost my partner, I lost my friend group, I lost my dad. And why all of this was bad is when I lost my dad, my ex-partner was the only one I ever actually opened up to. And I couldn't because they'd already started moving on. And my friend group, I remember I didn't feel like I could talk to them because I felt like I needed to distance myself for personal reasons. So for a while I was super depressed. I remember I had to logically study my brain to understand what emotions to feel in situations, because I would be in a happy place, a sad place, and just be like, okay, what do I feel now? Oh, happy, alright, smile, happy, this is how you be happy, smile. Oh, this is a sad situation, we just gotta be sad, don't smile, alright. So I'm like a robot, like coding myself to feel the emotion that I need to feel. I looked around people and mimicked their emotion. And my whole journey started off. I had to thank my family. I moved in with my brother-in-law and my sister. They were amazing, consistent, stable role models. It felt like I had a safe space to heal, and I had guidance on ways to heal from the way they lived their everyday lives, with pure, wholesome energy, good intention, and compromise. They were the best role models I had. My sister showed me more with her actions how to really be an empath and a genuinely caring human being, and a lot of consistency. My brother-in-law, who was like my big brother I never had, showed me how to be a stable, consistent man. Granted, I am not there yet, not even close, but most of my growth is owed to them. My oldest sister and my mother in Sri Lanka helped a lot too. I was never not surrounded by infinite love, care, and support, and for that I'm blessed. I think my only problem was I never knew how to accept it or let it in. I'd always shut it all out. But then it started a massive journey for me that took me away from the boxes and boundaries of the perfect path that was set up for me growing up. I went on a solo journey, only I know about it, and to understand my emotions, understand my desires. I learned about self-love. I tried a lot of therapy. I started questioning every negative thought I had. I tried everything my imagination could think of to approach everything. And what I ended up with was me, someone who didn't like camping, but then I love it now. Someone who did not have any genuine self-confidence. And now I'm a bit overconfident, I'm cocky as hell. I used to hate myself to the point that I could not look myself in the mirror growing up, to now, because I thought I was really ugly, internally and outside. And now I feel like I'm on my own stage, on my own level, and it's a great place. And I love who I am and the potential of who I can be. I used to be very afraid to break out of the norms. I felt like I had to do things a certain way, I had to follow the social norms, cultural norms, all that. Now I actively break and try to create better habits. Even this speech to me is breaking out of a norm. And also this is why I've been trying to create communities and new ways of life, because of how it sort of rewarded me and when I was in a tough place. And I still hold the people who are gone now deep in my heart. My parent, my dad, my grandma, my ex, my older friend groups, some of my high school friends. But what does that even mean when you're holding someone deep in my heart? I think everyone has their own definition when you dive down into it. But to me, it means when I'm really down, when I'm really upset, I don't talk to anyone usually, but I meditate. I usually visualize myself, like internally, I visualize myself going down my body and just going into my heart. And then I visit the people who aren't in my life journey anymore. And so in my heart, I kind of maintain the best memories I have with them and maintain the personalities, traits I love about them. So for me, a part of them is still in here, and I talk to them in my heart, and it gives me so much strength. So like they're still there. And it's like a massive superpower I found out one day while doing a meditation after a yoga session. And wherever they are now, like they could be in different places in life, some could have passed on, some could be in different life stages, some could be completely different from who they are now. But I have that person who they were at that period of time deep in my heart, because I shared a moment with them and it's preserved in my heart. And that to me is holding someone deep in your heart and allowing their presence to strengthen your steps forward. Because no matter what bad thing happened, there was a time that there was a lot of love, and I don't ever want to forget that and reduce that in any way, shape or form. And now I'm going to go unscripted because I haven't written any more than that, but I thought I had more. Today I'm very happy. I'm happy with the beautiful, magical story that is my life. I'm happy to be surrounded by so many lovely, unique people. I met a lot of you guys when I was just studying humans. Basically, I just wanted to understand how people get through these things because my own logic wasn't helping. So a lot of you I met when I was outside my comfort zone studying different perspectives of life. I think that's why a lot of my friend groups are very different from one another. And I learned a lot, and over time I learned to love myself. I learned to see myself for who I am and accept the flaws, accept the goods also, not just the flaws and not just the goods. And that's why I also reached a point where I feel like I'm very happy with who I am. I can be better. I'm not happy with who I am right now, but in a way that I would just want to keep getting better. But I'm proud of who I am now. But 1 week from now, I need to be better than who I am now. It's not in a sad way. And it's a massive U-turn of who I was a long time ago, and that's why I'm trying to do these communities. That's why I reach out to a lot of people, because at the core, all I know is I love to dance. I love to help people, and basically that's all I want to do with my life. There isn't nothing crazy. Like even my startups I've tried, even the businesses I plan to do in the future, even my long-term plans, everything revolves all around this. And that's what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. And I love it. And I want to thank all of you for coming for my party, because I don't know, you probably don't understand it as much, but for me it means a lot, because in 2019 I felt like I lost everyone. I had a few people, but they didn't really know that I was too sad because I hide it so well. I'd still go to a few parties and be the life of the party, while or at the same time hoping a bus would hit me, and that way if I disappeared it looked like an accident. These are the thoughts I was having every day, and then not feeling anything, waking up in the morning on my bed, not giving a shit, not even eating for like a few days, and then I'm really hungry. I'm like, oh, this is inconvenient, let's just eat. Eating whatever, not really caring about the flavor, living like that for 3 months, just being a lot of a robot. To now I have so many good friends, so many good people around me, and I've inspired a few people. A lot of people have inspired me, and I just want to keep being able to do that to a lot of other people, because I realize if I did reach out, if I opened up to people, I would have actually reached this level a few years before, instead of taking 4.5 years to complete my self-love journey. That's why I really like to help a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. And that's why I want to break through the norms, because if I followed the norms or if I only listened to advice of the few people I had in my life, I don't think I would have reached the person I am today. That's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing. I don't know what kind of person I would have been then. But I feel like it's always good to break out of your norms and do a lot of self-love. But yeah, thank you all for coming for the party. If you actually listen to the end, thank you. I appreciate that. I also want to break out of the norms of men shouldn't open up. Because I talk to a lot of my guy friends, talk to a lot of female friends, I talk to every kind of person. I've got them all to open up, but I've been a hypocrite because I don't open up. Even my best friends found out 2 years later that I was depressed and suicidal for a while. And it was kind of embarrassing because they felt really bad, and I was like, I do hide it pretty well. And that was only after I healed that I told them. So I don't want you guys to do that, and I want to lead by example. And yeah, thank you all. And not everything needs to be perfect, but I always appreciate effort, and I'm putting the standard on myself too. Hope you all are happy and good, and keep pushing yourselves and being better than you were yesterday, because we're all beautiful. Don't put ourselves into little boxes. Bye bye.